Picture this. It's 6 a.m., your alarm is blaring, and you're instantly thrown into a sea of gridlock traffic, all while the anxiety of bills piling up on the kitchen counter slowly creeps in. For so many of us, that's just the modern daily grind, right? But what if I told you that while you're sitting there stuck in traffic, there's a completely invisible, highly automated digital ecosystem just working tirelessly in the background? We're talking about a world where software is out there generating leads and processing sales 24 hours a day without an expensive office or some micromanaging boss breathing down your neck. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating concept from our source material called the AI Income Engine. It's essentially a system designed to help everyday people leverage artificial intelligence to automate their business processes and, ultimately, fundamentally change how they generate revenue. So here's the big question. Will you adapt to the AI revolution, or are you just going to watch from the sidelines? It sounds simple, but man, it carries a lot of weight. We really have to face reality here, because so many people are caught in what we can call the productivity trap. Get this staggering fact. Over the last few decades, worker productivity has skyrocketed by more than 60%, but hourly compensation, it's barely nudged up by maybe 15%. So you work harder, you put in more hours, but thanks to inflation and just the rising costs of literally everything, it feels like you're falling further and further behind. Traditional jobs just don't feel as secure anymore. But right alongside that struggle, AI is rapidly transforming entire industries. It's a crazy contrast. The real question our source material poses isn't whether AI is going to change the future, it already has. The question is whether you'll figure out how to navigate the shift or just watch everyone else benefit while you stay stuck in that exact same exhausting cycle. Okay, let's dive right into section 1, the productivity trap versus the AI paradigm shift. To really understand the sheer magnitude of what's happening right now, we need to look at the massive paradigm shift taking place right in front of us. Companies are aggressively replacing repetitive manual tasks with AI, and entire business models are becoming completely automated. Just consider the massive contrast between the old way and the AI way. In the traditional model, if you wanted to build an online business, you were staring down high costs and grueling manual labor, writing sales pages, building websites, researching markets, stuff that would easily take you 10 hours of intense head-down focus. Now, look at the AI way. We're talking low overhead and automated workflows. Think about market research. What used to take days of analyzing spreadsheets and scraping search results can now be summarized by a large language model in seconds. That exact same 10-hour task done in 10 minutes. We're talking about pure, unadulterated time and cost savings here. Content creation, research, marketing emails, advertising, everything is just accelerating at an absolute breakneck pace. I absolutely love this quote from our research because it completely reframes the whole narrative. Artificial intelligence isn't replacing humans. It's multiplying productivity. There's this huge misconception out there that AI is some magic bullet that just prints money while you sit on the beach doing nothing, or that it's a Terminator coming for your job. That is just not the reality. The reality is that AI is a productivity multiplier. Think back to the invention of the electronic spreadsheet in the 1980s. When VisiCalc and Excel launched, accountants didn't just disappear. Instead, the ones who adapted stopped doing arithmetic by hand and started doing complex financial modeling 1,000 times faster. AI is doing that exact same thing right now for modern marketing, lead generation, and research. It literally gives you the leverage of an entire team of professionals right at your fingertips, so you can actually focus on high-level strategy instead of getting totally bogged down in the weeds. Which brings us to section 2, introducing the AI Income Engine. Let's break down the mechanics of how this actually operates in the real world. Now, this isn't about learning complex coding or spending years trying to develop a brand new product from scratch. The AI Income Engine actually relies on 3 core pillars. First up is automation. This uses AI to handle all that repetitive, heavy lifting in your business operations. Second is lead generation. Instead of spending your entire day manually searching for an audience, predictive algorithms and AI tools are doing the work to find and attract the exact right people for you. And third, affiliate marketing opportunities. This means you aren't even creating the products yourself. You're simply connecting these highly targeted leads to existing, proven products and earning a commission for making the match. By seamlessly connecting these 3 elements into one pipeline, the system just completely simplifies the enormously complex process of creating recurring revenue. You're essentially building a digital machine that handles the outreach and the matchmaking totally on your behalf. So, the absolutely crucial point here is this: no coding, no building products from scratch, just accelerated processes. Now, I want to be super clear here, and our source material is really explicit about this too. Results are never guaranteed. This is a real business, and success still requires real effort, consistency, and a willingness to learn. There's no magic push button that makes you rich overnight. However, the true value of the AI income engine is how drastically it reduces your manual workload and the friction of just getting started. It takes the absolute hardest, most tedious parts of building an online business and accelerates them. It lowers the barrier to entry more than at any other point in history, letting you test, iterate, and launch without spending thousands of hours or thousands of dollars up front. Moving right along to Section 3, from leads to sales. So how does the money actually flow? Let's move to the pipeline and see how this builds across a specific, proven 5-step journey. Step 1, you attract attention online. Step 2, you capture those leads. Step 3, you build relationships. Step 4, you recommend products. And Step 5, you generate commissions when those customers purchase. Now look, we all know this pipeline has existed for decades. It's the absolute foundation of almost all sales. But here's where the AI income engine completely flips the script. AI now makes every single one of these steps faster, easier, and endlessly scalable. Instead of just guessing how to attract attention, AI helps optimize your content for maximum reach. And most importantly, in Step 3, instead of manually typing out daily emails to build relationships, automated AI sequences handle it for you. You can deploy hyper-personalized, automated follow-ups that sound completely human, nurturing thousands of leads simultaneously while you're off doing other things. It's a classic, proven model, but completely supercharged by modern technology. And that takes us to Section 4, the automation advantage. This brings us to what might be the most powerful aspect of this entire framework. It's the pivot from just saving a few hours a week to experiencing extreme scalability. We are fundamentally shifting from trading our precious hours for dollars to actually building scalable digital assets. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive shift in time allocation that our sources highlight. In a traditional business model, you're spending roughly 90% of your time on manual repetitive tasks. Data entry, customer support, formatting, sending individual emails. That leaves maybe 10% for actual high-level strategy and growth. Honestly, it's exhausting. But with the AI engine, those ratios are completely inverted. 90% of the processing is automated by AI, meaning you only spend 10% of your time managing the system. This massive shift isn't just a nice convenience, it represents incredible operational cost savings. You are literally getting your life back while the system does all the heavy lifting. Because of that massive shift, the benefits become very tangible very quickly. You're looking at incredibly low startup costs compared to a traditional brick-and-mortar business. Plus, it gives you 24/7 global reach. Your digital system doesn't sleep, it doesn't take holidays, and it definitely never complains about Monday mornings. It just runs. It also has unprecedented scalability. One single automated campaign can reach 5 people or 5,000 people with the exact same amount of effort on your end. And ultimately, it offers true time freedom. This is exactly why this approach is so highly appealing to busy professionals who are already maxed out at their day jobs, or parents who desperately need flexibility in their schedules, retirees looking for extra cash flow without going back to an office, or really anyone looking to build a streamlined side hustle. I want you to focus on this number for a second. 0. That is the number of employees you need to hire. It's the number of warehouses you need to rent, and it's the amount of physical inventory you need to stock. 0. For anyone who has ever felt suffocated by traditional corporate limitations or the crushing overhead of a standard business, this 0 represents absolute risk reduction. We aren't talking about gambling your life savings on a physical storefront here. The AI is handling the logistics that used to require an entire staff and a massive budget. And that means significantly lower stress and a much easier path to adaptation. Finally, let's look at Section 5, the ultimate equalizer. As we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, it becomes so clear that we're stepping into a decade that our sources suggest could create more independent success stories than any previous era. We're truly looking at the ultimate equalizer. The incredible thing about right now is that everyday individuals finally have access to the exact same technological leverage as giant multi-million-dollar corporations. Think about the massive shift from physical retail to e-commerce back in the early 2000s. The businesses that adapted, they thrived. And the ones that ignored the internet got left behind entirely. Well, the AI shift is that exact same moment, but moving 10 times faster. Here's the stark reality. History rewards pioneers, not spectators. If you understand this shift today, you have a massive advantage. But if you ignore it, if you just sit on the sidelines and watch the AI revolution happen around you, you're going to find yourself really struggling to catch up when these automated systems become the absolute baseline standard for survival in the modern economy. Early adopters always gain the biggest advantage. Which brings us to the most critical takeaway of this entire explainer. Information alone changes nothing. Implementation changes everything. You can understand the theory behind the AI income engine. You can see the logic of the five-step pipeline. You can recognize the undeniable power of having a system that does 90% of the manual labor for you. You can even appreciate how it strips away all that overhead and risk. But just understanding it, that won't change your bank account and it certainly won't buy back your time. Only taking action does that. You have to take control of your financial future by actually putting these tools to work. 5 years from now, you are going to look back at this exact moment. The window to be an early adopter is wide open right now, but opportunities like this, they do not stay hidden forever. If you are serious about leveraging AI to automate your business processes, save massive amounts of time, and transform leads into sales without the endless manual grind, you need to act. Click the link directly below this explainer right now to access the AI income engine. Discover exactly how this system works before everyone else catches on. Remember, no one can guarantee your success, but doing absolutely nothing guarantees that nothing will change. So click the link below right now. Stop watching from the sidelines and start building your automated future today. Because the ultimate question is, when time is no longer your limiting factor, what will you choose to build?